Yes, sir. Now Sonam madam is co-host. Sonam madam from Ardu is co-host.
Okay. And Kalyani,
Thank you so much.
yes, ma'am.
You are welcome, ma'am.
So get PPT of our director.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon from India. Good morning. Welcome to the second day of the program on agribusiness through cooperative business model. The first day we started this program with the inaugural address of His Excellency Ardo, Secretary General, and our director Vaminicom and SIGTOP also briefed about the expectation from this program. And yesterday we had 4 sessions. One is about cooperation, cooperative principle, cooperative enterprise. That PPT also we have shared. And Professor Yagnik talked about agribusiness value chain. And regarding cooperation and cooperative status in India, Mr. Ritesh Dey, Director, National Cooperative Union of India, made a presentation, and his PPT also shared with you. And yesterday, the 4th session was about agricultural financing in India. As a government organization, NABARD is playing the role of financing to the agriculture sector, including cooperative sector. So as a macro level, we have discussed yesterday relating to rural financing from NABARD side and status of cooperatives from the National Cooperative Union of India side. So today we are going a little bit micro level so that we can understand what is happening in our Indian context, the cooperative movement, which is helping us in improving the livelihood in the grassroots level. That is the idea. So today, we are planning at least 5 interaction sessions. One is relating to what the government of India is doing, especially for the development of cooperative sector. As yesterday, also Director Vaminicom, she has explained that there is a new Ministry of Cooperation has been set up in this country, and it is also taking care of formulation of new policies, new initiatives. These are all many, even though the cooperative sector is a 100-year-old concept, the success depends upon how much the people come forward to take up the business activity through that cooperative business model, plus the policy support from the government side. So Government of India is taking keen interest for the development of the cooperative sector, And in this process, many initiatives have been taken. Some are in the pipeline. So our director will, in the first interaction session, she will narrate the Government of India initiatives. Yesterday, NABARD made a presentation. In the NABARD presentation, they said in the primary level, primary agricultural cooperative societies are functioning. And at the district level, district central cooperative banks are functioning. So the money is routed through state cooperative bank, and the state cooperative bank in turn is to district central cooperative bank, and then it goes to the primary level. So today in Maharashtra, Pune, where the Vamnicom is situated, there is a Pune District Central Cooperative Bank. So today we have invited Pune District Central Cooperative Bank officials to interact with you, so that it's a continuation of what NABARD has narrated and what is happening in the district level. You can understand from their discussion. And I will be making a brief presentation about a multi-purpose. There is Sri Ram Multi-Purpose Cooperative Society, Kolhapur. It is a village level cooperative. It is getting financial support from District Central Cooperative Bank in Kolhapur, because we have different districts. One of the successful model I will be briefing. And especially for the cooperative marketing side, there is a different institutions are there. So we have planned actually national presentation, but tomorrow they will be talking about the marketing aspect. But consumer cooperative part, we are arranging today. There is a Varna in our Kolhapur district from Maharashtra. It is very old consumer businesses, consumer bazaar or the store business is happening there. Actually, it is a cooperative sugar factory complex. In that cooperative sugar factory complex, they have different income generating activity for the people in this area, located in that area. So there is a dairy, there is a poultry, there is a consumer store also. Consumer store is meant for people, those who are staying in that particular locality. They have different branches also, very popular name, Varana Bazaar. Their officials will make a presentation. Today we will be seeing. So macro level aspect, yesterday we discussed. Mostly micro level, what is happening will be discussed today. And one of the federation national level organization in cooperative sector is Indian Farmer Fertilizer Organization, IFFCO. They have also very much contributed. You may be knowing nano urea. So normally urea is used for cultivation purpose. It normally it's in volume wise very big, but now recently they have invented and produced, and nowadays producing a small bottle of the same fertilizer applied for the cultivation purpose. So that information will be useful for all of our members. So we thought of inviting them. It was not earlier incorporated, but based on the profile of the participant, we have added one more presentation. So IFFCO presentation also we are expecting. So in all, 5 discussion areas will be discussed in this today's 2-hour period. And as we discussed yesterday, we will allow 1 or 2 questions in our directly you can ask the speaker and get clarification if anything is required. And yesterday's also a presentation, I have received only 1 question that will be sent to the respective faculty, and we will get back and put up that reply in our group, WhatsApp group. And at the end, that is 4th day, you are expected to give your own the learning from this particular program. And as per the feedback which you have given in this WhatsApp group, it is encouraging. Many of them have appreciated the effort of Vamnicom in disseminating the information to our group. So definitely we will also continue the group which we have formed. And it's not only for these 4 days, we will continue, and also whenever any clarification or the support required, we will be able to support us and then take up this economic development activity. in the respective country. So it is basically it is a situation where we are facilitating each and every country also. Like IFCO is also producing fertilizer in 5 different units, including 1 or 2 overseas production units, and they are also now marketing also. So that wherever useful, you can make use of also. And regarding yesterday's also presentation, NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, has also suggested they are willing to provide hand holding for any of your requirements, including project report preparation and also implementation also they are ready to help. So in this way, we will work in a team, and we will continue this WhatsApp group and share each other the views, so that we can learn from each other, and then for the development of the various countries we can also support. So today's first session is about the initiatives of the Government of India for the cooperative sector. For this, our director, she's also a government representative. She's a joint secretary level officer posted by the Government of India in Vaikunth Mehta National Stock Cooperative Management. So she will be making a presentation. Yesterday also she has interacted during our inaugural session. So now she has agreed to interact with our group today. So I request our director, Dr. Hema Yadav Madam, to take over and deliver about the initiatives of the Government of India. Over to Madam.
Okay, so Dr. Ravi, can you hear me?
Yes, madam. Yes. PPT also visible. You are also audible.
All right. So greetings to all the participants here. Just a minute. I'm just managing my presentation. Right. Right. So I will be just taking a brief presentation on the initiatives of the Ministry of Cooperation in terms of, what are the strategies that India has for developing the cooperatives. I hope I'm clear to everyone. Everybody is able to understand what I'm speaking.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Fine. So now, just a minute. I'm just trying to paste down. Yeah, I have to just screen down. Yeah, right now. So what we are talking about is that we understand that in the cooperatives, we have to see that we understand the rural ecosystem and also understand the trends that are coming up, which cooperatives as collectives, member-centric organizations have to address. So with the changing ecosystems in the rural areas, right? This is a general kind of a PPT, and I'll go a little specific for India. So we also understand there are demographic shifts coming in, where we do see that the pyramid of population with the youth coming up more, and the middle class income people coming up more. Therefore, with the demographic change, what we see is the consumption pattern also changes. So we shift from cereals to the high value produce. So in the cooperatives, how do we align ourselves to these changing consumption patterns? The climate change, of course, the cooperatives also have to understand that there's a depleting soil cover, and increasingly we see there's a depleting groundwater, and therefore we need to have some solutions for the energy also. And technology as an enabler. I mean, how do we adopt technology to solve the problems in the rural ecosystem? So this is again about the demographic a little more. I will go very quickly about it. in India, what we are seeing is that there's a reduction in the poverty level, of course, and there's a rise of middle income households here. We also see that there's not much of difference into the rural and urban people. The consumption levels in the rural areas are also increasing. The education levels are increasing in the rural areas. And we also have the gig economy coming up and the platform economy coming up. And one of the most glaring trend is that there's a shrinking agricultural labor force. So these are some kind of trends that are visible, and cooperatives have to understand these things and also strategize for these things. In India, in 1950, the population was 0.37 billion, but in 2022, it's like 1.4 billion. And the problems that come with the population increase is that we also see in rural areas, it is like 65% of population is in rural areas, which was 82% in 1950, and the urbanization is rapidly increasing 35%. So there would be a slightly shift from the cooperatives being the structure at the rural areas, but the cooperatives to also answer the problems that are coming in the urban areas. Agricultural land as a percentage has increased also. We have kind of increased the agricultural land because more population, and we have to address the food security issue here. These are consumption patterns. We see that a pattern shift globally from nutrient to healthy diets. More and more people are coming towards the organics, and ready to eat food is in demand. And there's a boost in demand for organic and natural food. There's increased consumption of traceable certified food items. And there's a superfoods coming in, nutri-cereals, millets coming in. And then we have a huge boost in domestic consumption of animal protein, including fisheries. So since we are also talking about, the agribusiness value chains is the topic here. And here are the indications as to if you have to kind of formulate the agribusiness policy of a country, you need to take it in mind that the opportunities would be in the natural and organic food. So how do we consolidate the cooperative strategy for this kind of purpose? Secondly, this is about the climate change. As I've already told you, that climate change is going to impact each one of us, and we see this impact coming up also. Increase in water demand, so we have water cooperatives around. We have reduction in productivity, fisheries, animal, increase in renewable energy, etc. So you've seen all these slides. I'm just moving ahead now. Technology, I mean, there has to be a proliferation of technology in the cooperatives, and understanding the role of technology, right? Whether it's the agri-tech or fintech, and more research and development, we have to see that the cooperatives also kind of participate in the agri-tech and take advantage of the agri-tech, whether it's logistics or reaching to the markets, or it is access to the finance. You see, there should be kind of startups who help cooperatives to access the markets and the fintech and the financial resources. So we have smart farm infrastructure. A lot of startups have come. Precision farming is coming up. Sustainable utilization of resources. And there would be requirement for better qualified, skilled human resources. We are all aware of AI coming in a big way. How do we make this AI to solve these kind of problems that we are kind of visualizing? Blockchain technology, digital platforms, based value chains would be required. In India, we already have blockchain technology coming up in the sugar production to the sugar marketing. Dairy is GIS based. The dairy cooperatives have already kind of taken the location-based services, and they are able to kind of supply the milk as per the requirement of the consumers. And the drone technology has come up in a big way. Also, we have many primary co-op societies which are using the drone technology for spraying the liquid, the fertilizers and the pesticides. So we do see a lot of technology being adopted by the cooperatives. I'm going to kind of skip this a little, but yes, we know about the cooperatives. We understand that they are the model of business has to be based on ethical values and principles, and we have to look into the needs and aspiration of members. And instead of short-term goal of maximizing profit, we'll have to look into the long-term aim for sustainable economic, social growth. And the triple bottom line approach has to be adopted in the cooperatives: economic, social, and environmental. The cooperatives have to get aligned to this triple bottom line. These are the cooperative models. Just coming back to the cooperative model, revisiting it, I'm very sure all of us know about it. This model is unique. It's not like a company. It's people-centered versus capital-centered organizations. People are at the helm of the kind of core of the cooperatives. There's an effort of collectivizations, right? These are essential instruments for social and economic policy. And by this model, we want to tackle poverty, food insecurity, and unemployment. What are the expectations? The expectations is that we have this grassroots participation in production, distribution, and control over nation's resources. Potential, I mean, there's a huge potential for delivery of goods and services in all the areas. In India, we have three kinds of acts. One is the State Cooperative Societies Act, which governs the credit, non-credit, and the multipurpose societies. We also have a mutually aided Cooperative Societies Act. Some of the states have this Mutually Aided Cooperative Societies Act, which is a liberal act in the cooperatives. And there's a multi-state cooperative societies. If you want to operate in more than one state, then you have this multi-state cooperative societies. This is about the world cooperatives. We know at least 12% of people on earth is a cooperator of any of the 3 million cooperatives on earth. So there are 3 million cooperatives, and 12% of the people are kind of are a cooperator. Is what this is the ICA data that I have taken, and it provides job opportunities to the 10% of the employed population. So this is the importance of the cooperatives here. In India, you have seen these figures in the last session. So I'm just going to kind of skip it. There's a huge kind of, we are like world's largest kind of a cooperative with so much of 8.5 lakh cooperatives. And so this is the figure which you have seen that when you say the cooperatives, the largest number of cooperatives in India are dairy. 22% of the cooperatives are in dairy, with 151,000 dairy cooperatives that we have. And then we have some cooperatives which are also figuring in the agro processing and the service sector, etc. There's a diagram here which shows the distribution of the cooperatives. The question is, how do we bring more sector representation? The cooperatives, not all sectors are here, but more sectors need to be represented here. Now, Ministry of Cooperation was established in India, which was a kind of a landmark decision. We have a full-fledged ministry here, and ministry understanding all these kind of ecosystem. One of the biggest initiative was that computerization of primary agriculture, primary credit societies, primary agriculture cooperative societies are getting computerized. The importance of computerization is that once these packs are computerized, then they can be networked, right? It's a three-tier structure here. So all these three structures can be networked. There would be transparency, there would be accountability, and they would need a skilled manpower. So a lot of training is being given to these computerized packs, and a huge technology initiative has been taken here. We just completed a national cooperation policy, which takes care of the previous slides, the challenges, the issues. And in cooperation policy, we are talking about two things: acceleration of cooperatives, so that, in each village, we can have one kind of a dairy cooperative or a fishery cooperative or a credit cooperative, acceleration. Second thing, vibration. So how do we make this cooperative sector more vibrant, more kind of a profitability coming in, more members coming in, and more technology skill development is taking place? So we are talking about two things in the cooperation policy. Third thing is the National Cooperative Database. So as I said, 8.5 lakh cooperatives that we have. So we are fast moving it here. Almost like 6 lakh cooperatives have now been have a database, something that has been a remarkable journey of India. We have established database on these cooperatives, and for any further research or any project formulation, this database for any policy formulation is important. Then I'll come to the sixth one, which is model packs bylaws, which says that the packs to have a bylaw, so that what we're talking is about agribusiness, agro processing, and agri value chain. So, but then the packs should also have this kind of provisions where we can have these bylaws which permit to have this kind of creation of value chain, a seamless chain from production to the market. Then a revival of defunct packs. So all the packs which are not dysfunctional, we have a plan to defunct them. fishery cooperatives in all coastal villages, strengthening cooperative federations, so federations have an important role to play. So these are, the 11th one is important, Cooperative Common Service Center, which means to say that the PACs can be a common service center. The Common Service Center, the function of the CSC, as they are called, is that they are the e-governance node. They can provide the services to the villages, whether it's the the know your customer, the KYC, or the making your own kind of national cards, having these services, getting a subsidy, registering with the different schemes, will all be done by the common service centers. Okay, so I will come. These are some of the initiatives 13, 14 to 24. One of the important point here is that 18th is, in Hindi we call it Sahkar Se Samriddhi, which means to say, this is the tagline of cooperatives in India, prosperity through cooperatives by world's largest storage scheme. So we are having a warehouse in each village so that, grain storage can take place. 19th is we are coming up with the National Cooperative University dedicated to the cooperative subject. And we are also going to have one town, one urban cooperative bank. So these are, so ministry has taken 42 initiatives. I'm only taking through those which would be of interest to you. Others are, country specific, this I have already spoken. Yeah, this is important. So now, as you all understand, what are multi-state cooperatives? The multi-state cooperatives are, with are governed by a different act. You can operate in more than one state. So these are multi-state cooperatives for seed. So here, it's a national multi-state. So all these societies, co-op societies, if they want to produce a certified seed, right? So here is one society where you need to get registered and, you would be provided with all the services here. We have a multi-state society for organic. So if you have production of organic, if societies want to market the organic produce, then this national multi-state cooperative organic society is going to help them in certification and access and reach to the export market. And we have one dedicated national multi-state cooperative for the export society, so that, all the products, whether it's agriculture produce or it's the handloom produce or it's another dairy produce, you see, if you have to export, then you have this kind of society where the co-op societies can get registered and we can avail these services for the members. Coming to one of the most big initiatives is for the new cooperation policy. As I said, we have a cooperation policy. Because of the new paradigms that were changing, this policy is coming up. And the policy says that there has to be a cooperative identity. It should remain voluntary, autonomous, democratic entity. And at the same time, it creates pathways. Pathways are enhanced business performance, 1, membership expansion, 2, diversification of cooperatives, 3, strengthening of rural and urban finance through cooperative banks by leveraging its capability to reach the last mile. That's financial inclusion. So these are some of the about the cooperation policy only. We have been talking about developing the structure. Developing the structure. So this is about the need for the new cooperation policy and massing cooperatives. How do we bring more members? How do we kind of strengthen governance, leadership, and management, cooperative education and training, cooperatives as sustainable business, collaboration and convergence, because this is a new cooperation policy. So it's about collaboration and convergence. So these are kind of some, some highlights of the cooperation policy. Now, coming back to second, this is the vision for the cooperatives. So if you want to be sustainable, then you have to implement the seven cooperative principles. And we have to have a viable business. Instead of short-term goals, we need to have a long-term goal. And so now I'm coming to the agribusiness value part, where we have to understand the consumption behavior. So if you have to have an agribusiness focus in the cooperatives, then we are saying in India, we have more housing, dairy, banking, and credits are the only cooperatives having reasonable contribution in the cooperatives in India. The presence of fisheries, poultry services is very minimal. However, the food habits are changing. We see a shift from proteins to high-value food. High-value foods are poultry, fisheries. The cooperative movement now needs to be aligned to shift in income and in consumption. That's the key takeaway here. Second is that cooperatives also have to give an ease of living. So what are the components of ease of living? Access to health, having hospital cooperatives, access to food, nutritious food through the better production system, access to employment, access to market, access to credit, forms the kind of the core of the ease of living. Now, these are the statistics of the key health trends. So we have to just see that number of people in the working age group of 15 to 64 with the average life expectancy of 80 years is growing. These are the indicators. We would need more and more hospitals, affordable hospitals, and the only answer for the affordable health services is cooperatives. So we are now promoting the health cooperatives because we are also preparing for 2047, the year in which we are projecting the population could be 1.7 billion. And now to answer this kind of thing in 2047, we are preparing for the health cooperatives. Access to food. So how do you kind of make the food more affordable through the schemes for making the cooperatives to have an increase in the yield, right? And we can have some kind of linking the smallholders with market is what we are trying to do it. Access to employment. So there are like 18 million Indians turn 18 every year. So and they enter the workforce. So we have to create the jobs in the cooperative sector. And we do see that the participation of women is also not so high. So the challenge for the country is that how do we increase the women's labor force participation in India? And in the cooperatives, we are trying to bring labor cooperatives with more and more women to be enrolled in the labor cooperatives, more and more women to come in the kind of board of directors. There are kind of structural changes which are taking place. These are the pathways for the employment. How do we generate employment in cooperatives through entrepreneurship, education and skills, and how do we kind of make these people more skillful so that they can kind of have cooperatives to play an important role to enable the youth to have decent working conditions and all. These are access to markets. So these are context to the India. So what I'll do is I'll show a diagram here. This is more meaningful to the audience here. So this is how markets, the agri markets are kind of organized. So what I'm trying to say in the bullet point 1, efficient marketing system will at first instance require an interconnected network of market centers. First is this. Markets need to be connected, which means to say a primary rural agri market needs to be connected with the wholesale markets to secondary, to a terminal market and to the export market. The interconnectivity is very important. And when I'm talking about the interconnectivity, then we have to see that there are different kinds of produce. Milk would require a different kind of market structure. And fruits and vegetables, fish, food, grains will have a different market structure. Now, this is a model for the market connectivity. It holds good in India, perhaps in the other countries also, where we are saying the traditional system of the collectives. FPOs are farmer producer organizations, right? The producer companies here. So the market connectivity, if you go to see, is that FPOs have to be connected to the collection center, right? At the collection center, they should have the facilities for cleaning, sorting, grading, palletization. And then according to the demand that they have, they should be able to supply this to the collection center, village level aggregation centers. And from there, they get transported to distribution centers, which are the city levels. At the city level, there's a quality check here. And if ripening is required, ripening will take place. And then after that, you can kind of connect to the last mile. That's a city relay. So what you see in the diagram is from the first mile to the last mile, the infrastructure required would be the collection centers, the facilities for traceability, certification process, and some information system for demand and supply so that market information is to be there. So this is how the cooperative societies can be linked to the markets. This is a market architecture that we had designed for for our Ministry of Agriculture. We were trying to figure out as to why there are so many losses in the transportation and why farmers are not able to receive the right price. So what we're trying to say here is a hub and spoke model. So on this diagram that you see, a colorful diagram. So you have one hub hub, which is a central or a wholesale market, and the one wholesale market with this connection at the backward, which are the farming clusters, are linked with this hub, and this wholesale market gets connected with the another hub, and after the aggregation, we should be able to cater to the demand centers, the consumers, which can be the consumers, could be the retailers, consumers could be the exporters, right? They could be some people who are agro-processing, food processing. So first you have to consolidate the backward linkages here. In the bottom of the diagram, you see that you have suppliers, you have a market hub, you have small resellers, you have buyers. So this kind of connections need to be built in by the backward and forward linkages here. Okay, just I'm going to skip this, right? So because this is relevant to our country only. Now, last point that I need to bring, because my time is up, is about, we have been talking about the cross-cutting challenges. What are the challenges that we all face, in our countries? So the challenges are that we have to kind of look into the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And when I see at the reports of the ILO and the UNO, we do see that the cooperatives have been playing an enabling role in the no poverty through the credit, insurance, social structures, zero hunger. The fishery cooperatives, the agriculture cooperatives, the consumer cooperatives are into zero hunger, food security, good health and well-being. It's the health services to the patients. Quality education is through the credits, consumers, micro lending, micro credits that you give for the education loans, gender equality. So these are the SDG and how different kind of cooperatives can kind of get aligned to it. So with this, I would just like to kind of end my presentation because this is just a kind of giving you an overview as to how the country is moving towards strengthening the cooperatives. And now in India, we have cooperatives which have taken a big lead in export. They have taken a big lead in kind of consolidating the agro-processing. And we have, the kind of cooperatives like Campco, which are the world's largest producer of cocoa. So our cooperative produces the cocoa, and every chocolate that you eat has something like a Campco chocolate, you see, the cocoa in the chocolate. So we have these kind of. And you would be kind of also looking into the handloom cooperatives. One of the session is there. They export one of the finest kind of shawls, you see. So we have compiled the stories of 75 cooperatives across the country, which are very, very unique, significant as a part of our research work here. And it's very heartening to see how the small efforts have this intent of, bringing the prosperity to all the people. So India is now getting up to make the cooperatives to have more contribution in the GDP, to kind of strengthen the governance structure, to bring the kind of meaningful and viability in the cooperatives, so that, each for one and one for all kind of slogan that we have in the cooperatives can be answered. Thank you so much from my side. And I'll just stop sharing it so that if there are any questions, I can take them. Right.
Thank you very much, madam. So if anyone, one or two questions we can take up now. Because Pune District Central Cooperative Bank representatives are trying to conduct now. So it will take 1 or 2 minutes. By the time we can take some questions. Any questions, please, from the participant side?
Mr. Hamad wants to speak. Dr. Hamad, he has raised the hand, no?
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes.
First of all, I am very thankful to all of the team who organized this good event for the researcher and also the community. You have discussed a great concept with us, but I have a question, like a suggestion, that you will discuss about the cooperative societies and cooperative sectors for the agriculture production and agriculture development. I think if we can do this practice in toward the cooperative farming, it will be more beneficial than the private sector. We can create groups in the farming community for the cooperative societies, and they will get the benefit, especially in the developing countries like Pakistan and India, where the most of the I guess 80% farmers are the small farmers. So they cannot afford the latest technologies and agriculture machinery like that. So in these conditions, I think cooperative farming is the best practice for the development of agriculture and the well-being of farming community. Thank you so much.
Right. So the cooperative farming, we all have an experience in the cooperative farming, right? It has its own major challenges, and I think we had this kind of cooperative structures in Russia, erstwhile Russia also, and we had these structures in many of the countries in India also. So what happens in the cooperative is that we have, as the production base has increased, right? Which means to say, now you are kind of shifting from the cereals to the horticulture produce. So what happens in the horticulture and value chains is that you would need a quick market response and quick aggregation. So what happens is that the best model that's kind of being promoted in India, as you know, is the producer organization which aggregate the produce, right? Instead of having an ownership, cooperative ownership, we are saying that you aggregate the produce, right? And by aggregation, you'd be able to reach the market and supply as per the demand. So the cooperative farming experience as such has not met with a very good success. And instead of that, contract farming, producer organizations, and the backward linkages is kind of proving it to be beneficial in case. Cooperative marketing is something that we can think of. Cooperative farming in terms of cereals can hold good, but we'll have to rethink if we can go for cooperative farming for fruits and vegetables, dairy, poultry, fisheries. We'll have to rethink about it. That's my view, actually.
Madam, Abhinav Grape Grower Society, even it is a product is identified, but cultivation is done at the micro level, and the marketing is done through that. So I can share that video to them in the group, madam, so that they will understand how a group in the form of cooperative can produce the uniformity of the product, commodity, agri-commodity, and export.
Right.
That I will put it in the group, madam.
Right, that would be great.
Yes, you are right. But I think cooperative farming is a best practice. If we can connect that cooperative farming to the market, marketing is a big issue for the farming community. If there is a small farmer like a 12 or 10 acre, he is unable to market his product in the international market or national market. But if they have a group of 8 or 10 farmers, they can easily market their product.
Yes, we have success story.
We need to connect the cooperative farming with the cooperative market. These are both are the very important component.
So we'll take one more question because Pune District Central Cooperative Bank has joined. Madam, one question, please. You can take.
Yeah.
Mr. Samuel is raising his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Samuel.
Mr. Samuel, you raised the hand. Would you like to discuss something or any question?
Mr. Samuel, you can put it in the chat group. We will respond to you.
Right.
Madam, Pune District Central Cooperative Bank has joined.
Right. So I will now close, right? Thank you so much for hearing me, listening me. Thank you so much.
So we will move on to the next session. That is Pune District Central Cooperative Bank. Yesterday, we talked about NABARD and its role. And also, we discussed about the three-tier structure of delivering the credit to the farmers. That is, State Cooperative Bank give money to the District Central Cooperative Bank, and District Central Cooperative Bank gives finance to primary level societies. So to listen from directly from the district level cooperative bank, we have identified Pune District Central Cooperative Bank, and Mr. Wable sir, Sanjay Wable sir senior officer from this bank is joined online. I request sir to interact with our group. Sir, please, over to Babli sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. So in fact, my team is trying to show you the
Good
film
morning,
of our
sir.
bank.
Good morning.
In fact, in furtherance to the development of the cooperative movement in the district, it was felt necessary to set up a separate machinery for the distribution of finance in rural areas, and hence this bank came into existence as a central financing agency in the district on 4th September 1917. Almost 106 years are over, and within this 106 years, the bank has earned name, fame, and reputation, and the size of the bank is now, it is the biggest district central cooperative bank in the country. Since Pune district is a metropolitan city, and Pune is having 13 blocks divided, Pune is divided into 13 blocks. So in our network of branches is of 294, and our area of operation is confined to district only. Mainly our finance is for the agriculture and non-agriculture activities, where there is a 3-tier system in our district. 3-tier system means at the primary level, primary agriculture credit societies; at the district level, our district central cooperative bank; and at the apex state level, that is a state cooperative bank. So our state cooperative bank is the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank. Whatever the funds are made available to the bank through the channel of NABARD, they are made available through the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank, and Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank gives this to us, and we lend it to primary agriculture credit societies. Now I will describe the financial parameters and all this financial position of the bank. As of 31st March 2023, am I audible?
Yes,
Am I audible?
yes, proceed.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Ah,
Yes, you're audible.
Yes. Okay. So as of 31st March 23, we have solicited a paid-up share capital of 3.78 billion rupees. I think there are participants from the other countries. Is it?
25 countries are connected, sir. 25 countries.
Yes. So I will describe it in the million, billion, trillions and all that.
Yes, sir.
So 3.78 billion rupees, that is our paid-up share capital. Then our reserves are 21 billion rupees. Then we have solicited deposits of 14.81 billion of rupees of deposits are there. Then 31 billions of borrowings are there. Then we have made investments to the tune of 77.92 billion rupees. We have given advances, loans and advances to agriculture as well as non-agriculture activities, that is of 79.73 billion rupees. And our working capital of the bank is 177.95 billion rupees. We have earned a net profit of 700 million rupees as of 31st March 2023. At present, there are 1,100 employees working with the bank. And the affiliated societies, the number of affiliated primary agriculture credit societies are 106 societies are there to whom we are financing. And there are almost 300,000 members of the this primary agriculture credit societies who are the farmers. The main crops in Pune district are paddy, then other grains are there. Then sugar cane is also there. When we are financing to 21 sugar cooperative sugar factories also. So main finance is divided into agriculture finance, that is for the agriculture for cultivation, pesticides and fertilizers and all. And medium term agriculture for the, this is for the short term, and medium term agriculture for the tractor, trolleys, then irrigation schemes, then oil pump sets and all other things are being financed by our bank. Then sugar factories, short-term finance in the pledge also against the pledge of the sugar produced by the sugar factories. Then for their distilleries also empty finance is given for their distilleries, power generation units, and all that. Apart from all this institutional finance, we are financing in the retail lending also, means to the individuals for purchasing their motor car, motorcycles, television, refrigerators, air conditioners, and all that. All these household this thing are there. Then we are financing for the educational activities, means education loan also we are providing to them. Then small finance is there for the self-help group activities are also there. So in short, these are all the activities of the bank. We are just trying to show you if it is possible to link that film for this presentation. So you will definitely appreciate to see that film. Krishna, please see whether it can be done. The management of the bank is vested in board of directors. Board of directors usually meet once in a month, and they appointed the managing committee, loan committee, and other subcommittees. And the meetings of the subcommittees are being held on weekly basis. So whatever loans and advances proposals are there, loan proposals, those are being sanctioned in the weekly meetings. And board meeting is primarily it is a review meeting for the activities taken in that particular, in the previous month. And once in a year, we are conducting our annual general meeting. Can you see this film?
Yes.
Yes, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Actually, it is in Marathi. English, if it is possible. Another English version. The figures, financial figures that I have described, these are recent now. In the film, you will find it of the old one.
Pune District, Central Cooperative Bank Limited, Pune. The Pune District, Central Cooperative Bank,
Are you able to
established
see?
on 4th September 1917, has served the farmers and the needy since inception with a motto, no transformation without cooperation. Under the able guidance of Honorable Mr. Sharad Pawar and Mr. Ajit Dada Pawar, it has been working as a lighthouse for farmers, aspiring entrepreneurs, businessmen, unemployed youth, and self-help groups run by women, especially from rural areas. PDCC Bank is one of the leading banks providing finance to agriculture and non-agricultural sector while aiming at the overall progress of the society. Eminent personalities like Mr. N.C. Kelkar, Dr. Dhananjay Rao Gadgil, Professor V.G. Kale, Mama Sahib Mohol and other eminent personalities from Pune district have contributed wholeheartedly for 102 years while leading the bank. Each one has taken the bank further on the path of service and progress. Mr. Ajit Dada Pawar, with his proficient leadership, has kept up with the rules set up by the yester generation while implementing required changes effectively. The progress since last 25 years says it all. The bank was established on 4th September 1917 at Pune at Lakshmi Road with 2 employees and 137 members with the working capital of Rs 51,000. Today the bank has a working capital of Rs 12,732 crores. The 1,412 employees are ceaselessly serving customers. The bank has 289 branches in 13 tehsils of Pune district, along with 40 branches in Pune and Pimpri Chinchwad, starting from 137 members, and the bank has 10,904 members. Now, the bank has own fund of Rs 1,468 crores in the year 2018-19. The initial deposit of 39,000 has reached to Rs 9,195 crores. The bank has disbursed total loans of Rs 6,474 crores during the latest financial year. The PDCC Bank has been meticulously following planning while conquering new heights. The bank has net profit of Rs 48 crores in the financial year 2018-19. Pune District Central Cooperative Bank has been the pioneer while implementing modern technology. Today, the customers enjoy facilities like core banking solution, mobile banking, ATM, mobile ATM van option, mobile ATM VAN and mini ATM, Kisan credit card, RuPay debit card, etc. Loans are provided to women's and farmers' self-help groups as well as joint liabilities groups. The bank plays an important role in the progress of the district. Services are made available in the remotest part through the various progressive societies playing an important role at village level connected, are also connected to the bank. The Pune DCC Bank has set up an ideal example in the field of cooperation for others to follow at district and state level. The bank has brought in the latest technology used worldwide for agriculture sector in Pune district. Crop loan allowance, farmers to avail finances in times of need. Those who are able to repay the crop loans within the stipulated time period have a chance of the exemption from the payment of interest amount. Sugar industries get loan at subsidized interest rate. Loan is also made available for sugarcane and various crops. The bank was established for agriculture purpose and started providing loans to non-agricultural purpose as well. It provides home loan, vehicle loan, gold loan, education loan, and cash credit loans, etc. to its rural and urban customers. The bank has been successfully implementing various schemes run by the central and state governments like NABARD, NHM, and NHB. The PDCC Bank is recognized for social work, extending a helping hand in natural calamities. Be it flood or be it a landslide at Malin in Ambegaon Tehsil. It has provided aid to self-help groups to carry on business during Bhimthadi and Pauna-Thadi Jatra. It collects Nirmalya on Ganesh Visarjan ceremony at various ghats of Pune. It also arranges various sports competitions and agricultural exhibitions to fulfill social commitment. With its unique culture, PDCC Bank has progressed well while serving the customers to the best of its ability. It has proven its worth through the years and competes with nationalized banks. Transparency in working, smooth transactions, effective administration, honest managing committee. And last but not least, able guidance from Mr. Sharat Chandra Pawar. These are the highlights, the brilliant success the bank has achieved today. Bank has given donations to various educational and social institutions for the welfare of the society as a part of corporate social responsibility every year. We would like to take this opportunity to thank our clients and well-wishers for being with us in this prospering journey of success.
शेतकऱ्यांच्या आयुष्याची अर्थवाहिनी ही खरी सर्वांच्याही सोबत असते सर्वांना सावरी ऋण देते धनरक्षण करते ऋण देते धनरक्षण करते बसते या अंतरी समृद्धीच्या नभात घेते उंच उंच ही भरारी शतवर्षाच्या परंपरेने शतवर्षाच्या परंपरेने किमया केली होणारी
So, sir, this was a presentation.
So any questions you can ask, 1 or 2 questions we can take up.
Yes, please, please.
Participants, we can take up 1 or 2 questions, please. Yes, sir. Dr. Hamid.
Yes, thank you. I am Dr. Hamad from Pakistan. I think they are doing the great effort for the farming community, but I have a question. What is the interest rate of PDCC for the farming community and different loan schemes or other?
See, up to rupees 3 lakh, farmer get at a 0% interest. And above rupees 3 lakhs of loan, the farmer has to pay 11%.
And all the services?
All the services are made available to the farmer from the bank. Because the farmer, first of all, he has to become the member of the primary agriculture credit society in his village.
Okay.
And that primary agriculture society is affiliated to the bank. And we are rendering finance to them. What is the work of the primary agriculture credit societies? Because these societies are not banks. That is why they don't have enough funds with them. The farmers used to contribute to the share capital of the bank, the society.
Okay.
So they become the member of the society. then what, depending upon their land holdings, they have to raise their demand for the loan. And the society, secretary of the society, he prepares one normal credit limit statement under which his land, what is the size of the land and what probable crops he wanted to take. And for that particular crops, what is the loan made available to, what can be made available to him. That has been worked out. And after that, whenever that plan is to be submitted to the bank, the society submits this plan to the bank gives it approval to the that plan. And after that, when this farmer wants to withdraw money, he raises his demand to the society. The society collects the demand of those particular farmers who wanted to avail the credit facility, and that demand is placed to the bank, and the finance is made available to the society through the through which the farmer gets the credit. That is the procedure.
Okay. What is the minimum limit for the land holding?
Minimum limit, that is up to any limit, means small farmers, if we can say here in 1 hectare, below 1 hectare is a small marginal farmers, we can call it. Then
Okay.
above 1 hectare to 2 hectares is a small farmer, and above 2 hectares is deemed as a big farmer.
Okay, thank you.
Two participants have raised their hand. Please take up, sir, please. Isaac, sir.
Huh?
Mr. Isaac.
Yes,
Please.
sir.
Please.
Thank you very much. Yes, my question is, what strategies have you made to the development of upcoming international agriculture cooperation in countries of Africa? Because in countries of Africa, we have the available resources and the land for production of different crops, livestock, and other agricultural commodities. But where we lag behind is the value addition chain system and the mechanization of the agriculture system, because equipment becomes the problem, especially financing of agricultural equipments like tractors and the other valued inputs. Thank you very much.
See, our district, Pune district, is blessed with the good rainfall, having a good atmosphere here. That is why crop production is also quite good in Pune district. And so far as all this advanced machinery is concerned, these machineries, our farmers, they take on the, they hire this. They hire this machinery because that harvester is also there. Small farmers, they cannot afford the tractors, but the big farmers, they are having their own tractors. And small farmers, the primary agriculture credit society, some of the societies, they are having their all these equipments. And from the society, they used to hire these services.
Okay, no, thank you very much.
From Nigeria, Mr. Frank.
Yes.
Mr. Frank.
Hello,
Please.
Hello.
can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Good day. Thank you very much for a wonderful presentation. My question is on during the presentation, it was mentioned that that a farmer that performs well or redeems his loan at the right time, that he will be given a lower percentage at the next cropping season. Now, my question is, how does that apply in the light of cooperative that we are discussing today? Okay, thank you.
Ravi sir,
Yes, sir.
I couldn't guess. What is it?
Can you hear me now?
Please repeat.
I said during the presentation, it was mentioned that a farmer that performs well during the cropping season, maybe he redeems his loan on time, that he will be entitled to a better arrangement in the next cropping season. And I guess that's what I heard. So I want to know, how does it apply to the cooperatives? How can it apply to cooperatives that we are discussing today? How can it, please throw more light on the arrangement? Thank you.
Seasonality, sir. He's asking about seasons. Because different seasons are there. How you are
season? See, there are two seasons. One is Kharif season that starts from 1st of April to 30th September, and the Rabi season that starts from 1st of October to 31st March. So there are different crops, those are cultivated in these seasons. The Kharif crops actually farmer starts borrowing from the 1st of April. And whatever the produce are there, that produce he gets by the end of September. So by selling this produce in the market, whatever the food grains and all other vegetables, fruits and all that, he gets some money. Then he repays this money to the bank. And from the next month onwards, that is from the October, for the next season, he used to borrow it for the Rabi season. So in Rabi season, wheat is there, then other crops are there, and vegetables, for all the seasons, vegetables are there. And some seasonal crops are there. Those are cultivated in the Rabi seasons. Mainly grains and all those, these are cultivated in the Kharif seasons. These are two seasons in India. Because the monsoon starts from the June onwards up to September. So during the pre-monsoon period, farmer starts his working for the preliminary activities for the cultivation. When the rain starts, after the first rain, he starts for the cultivating these crops and all that, so that in the subsequent rains, the crop gets enough irrigation for that. And by the end of this monsoon, the return monsoon is also there. And from the whatever the rainfall is there in the return monsoon, all is Rabi season, this thing, the need for the water and all that has been met. Most of the in Pune district, what has happened, there are so many dams are there, rivers are there, then lift irrigation schemes are there, wells are there, canals are there. So it is fully irrigated district. So this is total geographical this thing.
The next thing from Harsh.
Good afternoon from Pakistan. Thank you for giving opportunity for the question. First of all, I would like to appreciate your services of being a facilitation to small farmers, especially, and agriculture overall. And the performance of your bank at grassroots level really very appreciated. And I just want to two small questions. First is about the collateral. What kind of collateral you will acquire from the borrowers or farmers or
Marhaba.
applicant? And secondly, second question
what
about
kind
the
of?
tenant. What kind of collateral?
Collateral, huh?
Collateral.
Collateral, land itself is the collateral, sir.
طب اسمعي
Okay.
انا لقيت مشوار اليوم عشان نروح
And
عند السوق
secondly, in our region, in Asian countries,
انا رنيت عليك عشان اقول لك ما ردتيش علي كنت فايت على الضريبة وقاعد عند
sorry for
المدير
the
لما
disturbance. Secondly, I want to a question about the tenants. Most of the farmers are farmer community is belong to the tenant community. They have no actually land their self and landlords. They acquire the land on the rent or the sharecropping and
Yes,
so on,
yes.
kind of this. So can they apply for the loan to your bank? Just please elaborate.
Yes, yes, they can apply for the loan provided that the original owner of the land, he gives approval for creating a charge on that. And the tenant has also to become the member of the primary agriculture credit society.
So last question from Mr. Abdul Karim.
Thank you for that insightful presentation. My question is, with the current issue of climate change and its consequences, so what happened to a farmer who does not have a good harvest? Like, do you have any plans or strategy if he doesn't have good harvest on how to repay his loan? Like, what do you do when a farmer doesn't have a good harvest? Thank you.
See, in our district, that is a Pune district, it is one of the big district in our state, that is in Maharashtra. Our western region is adjacent to that is a hilly region, adjacent to the Konkan region. And in Konkan region, every year there is a heavy rainfall. So that rainfall, due to all this rainfall, the water is being collected in the two dams. Four dams are there. One is Panshet, Warasgaon, Temgar, and many other small dams are there in these hilly regions. And the water gets deposited in this dam, and this water is being flown to the another dam on the eastern side. In eastern side, there is a very big dam that is called the Ujni Dam, where these waters are deposited. And from that water, the rest of the district's irrigation requirement is being met out. And this water is also made available to the adjacent district. So even though in Pune city or in other adjacent tehsils and blocks in Pune city, near Pune city, if there is no adequate rainfall, the irrigation, this collected water in this dam is made available to them through all these channels and canals.
So you can highlight on crop insurance, if anything, in other districts, if anything, crop failure, how they are compensated.
Insurance is there whenever that such things happen due to if there is no rainfall or if there is heavy rainfall and crops gets into problem, in that case, the surveyor comes, he makes a panchanama over there. Panchanama means he files a report, he actually surveys that. Actually, he assesses the total destruction and total loss caused to the farmer because of that. And from on the basis of this assessment report, the claim is being submitted to the insurance companies, and insurance companies settle the claim.
Thank you very much, sir, for wonderful presentation and
Yes.
narrated about Pune District Central Cooperative Bank.
Yes, yes.
So we will now move on to the next presentation. The next presentation is about Indian Farmer Fertilizer Cooperative. It is briefly called IFFCO. So we have invited Dr. Pawar sir, and he has joined. I request Pawar sir to take over from me and make presentation about prestigious IFFCO cooperatives. Over to Pawar sir.
Thank you, Ravi sir. Respected Yadav madam, distinguished delegates from different countries. Myself, Dr. M.S. Pawar, I'm giving a presentation on nano urea. That is one newly invented our product, that is nano urea. Sir, it is visible?
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. So I'm giving presentation on nano fertilizer for sustainable agriculture. So you know that as far as IFFCO is concerned, IFFCO is the world largest cooperative established in 1967, and it is at present largest cooperative in the world. We are marketing about 135 lakh metric tons of fertilizers for more than 10 crore peoples of India, and our contribution about 21% in nitrogenous fertilizer and 32% in phosphatic fertilizers. And IFFCO is not a single organization. We have got around 21 joint ventures with different companies and our own companies, and we are pursuing in the field of agriculture and cooperative in India. And we are giving around 20% dividend to our member societies. And right now we're discussing about some insurance. So through fertilizers, we are giving some benefits to farmers by the name of one scheme, that is the Sankat Haran Bima Yojana for fertilizers and pesticides. So IFFCO is concerned, we are producing and marketing all kinds of fertilizers, right from bulk fertilizers, secondary fertilizers, micronutrients, water-soluble fertilizers, then pesticides. Then recent days we are producing and marketing Sagarika, that is biostimulant. And last 1 year back, we have produced and started one innovative fertilizer, that is the nano fertilizers, nano urea and nano DAP. So why this nano fertilizer is required? Because as far as India is concerned, India has gone through various revolutions after independence, through green, white, blue and yellow revolution. At present, India is largest producer of pulses, tea and milk in the world, and second largest producer of fruit, vegetables, wheat, rice, groundnut and sugarcane. And there is linear relationship between the fertilizer consumption and food grain production. Since last 75 years, we are observing that the fertilizer consumption increases, the food grain production also increases. But since last 10 years, since last decade, there are a number of reports that the response of the nutrients to the crop production is declines. Once upon a time, if we consume 1 kg of NPK fertilizers, the result was about 15 kg food grain production. But day by day it is decline, and at present, if we apply 1 kg of NPK fertilizers, the yield production is about 5 kg only. That is, the response is decline. So there are a number of reasons for this decline response, that is deterioration of soil organic stock, low fertility status, environmental deterioration, low fertilizer use efficiency, imbalance in NPK ratio, disparity in fertilizer consumption, and lastly sustainability. So there are a number of reasons. So coming to the nutrient use efficiency, in India and in abroad also, the nutrient use efficiency is same, that is nitrogen 30 to 50%, phosphorus around 20 to 30%, and potassium around 50%. That means almost there is 50% loss of nitrogenous fertilizers, around 75% in case of phosphorus, and potash around 50% fertilizers going to waste due to many reasons. And that is why our Prime Minister is calling to reduce the chemical fertilizer, especially urea, by 50%. So coming to our fertilizer consumption in India, we have consumed around 661 lakh metric tons of fertilizers in year 2020-21. Out of that, 350 lakh, that is 53%, is contributed by urea only, followed by complex fertilizer 121 lakh metric tons, DAP 105 lakh metric tons, SSP around 50 lakh ton, and MOP around 35 lakh tons. That means highest we are consuming urea, and that is 53%, around 350 lakh tons. And the raw material of these fertilizers is not available. We have to import either raw material or finished product from the other countries. And to make the fertilizers available to the farmer at reasonable prices, Government of India is giving huge subsidy. On an average, government is giving 1.20 lakh crores subsidy every year, but last year it was double due to some reason. And urea is totally controlled by the Department of Fertilizer, Government of India, and we are giving it is 100% controlled by the government urea fertilizer, because it is coming under the Essential Commodity Act. Coming to the nutrient, plant requires 16-17 essential elements. Out of that, first is nitrogen. It is required for protein synthesis, carbohydrate synthesis, chlorophyll, amino acid, and lastly in RNA and DNA there is some content of nitrogen. So farmers usually prefer urea because it is very cheap fertilizer in India, because government is giving subsidized products. This has huge subsidies given to the urea, around more than 2,000 rupees per bag. Government is giving subsidy, and we are making this fertilizer available to the farmer at the cost of rupees 250 to 300 rupees per bag. And that is why in India urea consumption is highest, but the efficiency is only 30 to 40%, and remaining 60 to 70% is lost in the many ways, and it causes air pollution, soil pollution, and water pollution. And hence there is urgent need to bring some alternative to the urea. So nanotechnology is the only option to these various issues in agriculture as far as the nutrient management is concerned. If we go through the history of human beings, it is recognized by many revolutions: textile, railways, automobile, computer, and coming age will be the only nanotechnology. Nanotechnology is already playing important role in computer science, engineering, and medical science. Now it has come to the agriculture. So what is this nano fertilizers? So nano fertilizer is nothing but it contains nutrients in nanoparticle form having size 20 to 50 nanometer. And if we make the granular comparison, the granular of conventional fertilizer is around 2.8 millimeter, while in case of nano fertilizer it is 20 to 30 nanometer. That means the 55,000 particles of nano fertilizer is equivalent to 1 granular of conventional fertilizer. And because of that, there is one phenomenon in physics. When the size of any molecule decreases, the surface area increases. And here, because of this size, 10,000 times more surface area in nano fertilizers compared to the conventional area. And because of this smaller size, these nanoparticles easily absorb through the stomata and other openings, and it provides nutritional requirement to the plant very effectively. So this is the comparison. 55,000 nanoparticles is equivalent to 1 gram of conventional urea in case of volume size ratio. Then these nanoparticles are specially designed for foliar application, it has to be used only by foliar application, nano urea and nano DAP by seed treatment plus foliar application. When we apply on the leaves, it will easily enter into the stomatas and it absorbs into the plant tissue, and then it moves to in the plant by phloem mechanism. So this is the nanotechnology. The basic difference between the nanotechnology and our conventional fertilizers: in case of conventional fertilizers, it is ionic feeding, while in case of nano fertilizers, it is particle feeding. That means the particle of nutrients is as such absorbed in the plant tissue through the stomatas or and other openings. So objectives behind the nano fertilizers: to develop advanced nano fertilizers with better nutrient use efficiency, to reduce imbalance and indiscriminate application of conventional fertilizers, especially urea, to increase crop productivity and quality at reduced input cost to the farmer, and address the soil, air and water pollution with precision, targeted and balanced application of nutrients. So nano urea and nano DAP, it is an initiative to increase the income by easy farming. It reduces the input cost, it improves productivity, easy for transportation and reduces import. So application benefits of nano fertilizers: it is a power pack formulation, it works on the number and size advantage, better nutrient delivery to the plant system, it easily spread on the leaves and the foliage in dynamic chlorophyll charger, because chlorophyll is important for the photosynthesis. So these fertilizers increases the chlorophyll content. Then these are the fertilizers are chrome homeostatis. Chrome homeostatis means they gives tolerance against the stress, lodging as well as insect and pest. They increases use efficiency, sinks to soil relationship, more photosynthesis efficiency and highest nitrogen assimilation enzymes, and because of this there is increase in the production as well as the product quality. So these are the notification published by Government of India: nano urea and nano DAP. Nano urea in February 2021 and nano DAP March 2023. So nano urea, it contains nitrogen 1 to 5%. It is 500 ml bottle. Particle size 20 to 50 nanometer. Viscosity is between 5 to 30 CPS. Then hydrodynamic particle size 20 to 80 nanometer. Zeta potential more than 30 millivolts and pH 4.5 to 6. Then this nano urea is applied only through the foliar application. There are two sprays are recommended. First spray at active tillering or branching stage, that is 30 to 35 days after germination or 20 to 25 days after transplanting. And second spray 20 to 25 days, that is 1 month after first spray before flowering. So these two sprays are recommended in case of nano urea. Then here our Prime Minister is asking to use nano urea.
उत्पादन में आत्मनिर्भरता के लिए भारत अब तेजी से लिक्विड नैनो यूरिया, प्रवाही नैनो यूरिया की तरफ बढ़ रहा है। नैनो यूरिया कम खर्च में अधिक प्रोडक्शन का माध्यम है। एक बोरी यूरिया, आप सोचिए, एक बोरी यूरिया को जिसके लिए जरूरत लगती है वो काम हम नैनो यूरिया की एक छोटी सी बोतल से हो जाता है। ये विज्ञान का कमाल है, टेक्नोलॉजी का कमाल है।
Then coming to DAP, it contains 7 to 9% nitrogen, phosphorus 15 to 17%, particle dimension 20 to 70 nanometer, hydrodynamic size less than 100 nanometer, zeta potential more than 5 millivolts, and pH 3 to 6. So in case of DAP, we can apply by two to three methods. First is seed treatment by using 3 to 5 ml nano DAP per kilo of seeds, or by treating roots, tuber, or seed treatment. And second one is foliar application. So in case of nano DAP, we can apply, in case of rice, 2 foliar sprays of nano DAP. In case of hybrid rice, 3. In case of cotton also 3. In case of rice, 2. In case of sugarcane, 3 sprays are recommended. So there is one estimate made by our Assam Institute that if in India 50% right cultivation is brought under nano urea, it will reduce greenhouse gas emission by 4.6 million tons, equivalent to carbon dioxide. That means these fertilizers not only provide the nutrients to the crop, but it will help us to combat the global warming and global climate change. So these fertilizers are required in less quantity, produces more, it is economically affordable, it is bioecologically safe, it doesn't affect any microflora and microfauna. It is evaluated at ICR and the Department of Science approved labs, and it is tested at biotechnology labs approved by Government of India. So always there is one question regarding nano urea. If it is needs to apply only by foliar application, then why nano urea is required? We can apply conventional urea also by spraying. But in case of conventional urea, we know that it contains carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and when it dissolves into the water, the molecules come out and they form one network structure like one net. And the size of that network become 10,000 nanometer. And this big size particles cannot be easily absorbed through the stomata, hence it required in more dose, and sometimes it causes phytotoxicity. While in case of nano urea, such type of network is not formed because this is encapsulated particles. They doesn't entangle each other, and they are prevented by application of polymers protectants, and because of this it required less, and because of nano urea there is no phytotoxicity observed, and it gives quick response compared to the conventional urea. So here is one trial. It shows that in case of nano urea, if we apply 50% conventional urea through soil and one nano urea spray, it increases chlorophyll content at 3 growth stages, that is vegetative, tillering, and rooting stage. It increases chlorophyll content of the rice. Then this study at Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, they shows that all enzymic activities increases with the application of nano urea compared to conventional urea. And in case of yield, they found that application of 100% recommended dose of fertilizer produces 5 tons of maize, while application of 50% recommended dose with 2 nano sprays, it produces 7 tons of maize. That means 2 nano sprays reduces 50% nitrogen or 50% urea in case of maize. So this is Nano Biotechnological Research Center at Kalol near Ahmedabad, Gujarat. So we have conducted trials at 22 ICR Institute on 13 major crop at 43 locations. And simultaneously, we have conducted 11,000 farmer field trials on 94 crops. And we found that on an average, it increases 7 to 8% yield in different crops. So these are the different crops on which we have conducted trials. It includes all kinds of crops, food grains, vegetables, sugarcane, floriculture, fruits, everything it includes. So this trial at Mahatma Phule Krishi Vidyapith, Rahuri, Maharashtra, here it shows that 50% recommended dose or 50% nitrogen with 2 sprays of nano urea gives highest yield compared to 100% recommended dose of fertilizer. So this is trial at Karnal wheat. see 100% urea and 50% less urea plus nano urea giving equal yields. On the contrary, it increases the content, it improves the quality of the wheat, oil and lipid. In case of 100% urea, it is 2.45. In case of conventional urea, 50% plus nano urea, it is 2.82. Likewise, all parameters are improved in case of nano urea used plot. Then it is very easy to carry compared to conventional urea. Conventional urea requires tractor or trolley for carrying the fertilizers, while in case of nano urea, we can easily carry through the pocket. So nano fertilizers are revolutionary product developed by nanotechnology. It is controlled and slow release fertilizers, gives proper germination, plant height, root development, leaf chlorophyll content, and increases the and increases the yield and enhance the quality of the produce. And nano fertilizers will help for sustainable agriculture in long run, but it requires long-term studies to study the impact of nano fertilizers in soil, water, plant continuum. So this is in short regarding the nano fertilizer. It is produced by one of the largest cooperative in the world. So thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for making us very proud. Sir, you can take one or two questions, sir, please. So there are two participants have put question, raise their hand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mr. Mahmoud Abdullah.
Hi, yeah.
Please.
Hi, how are you?
Fine. Please.
I am agricultural expert from Iraq. What about the fertilizer? Can have negative effect in the future for a human? I think for soil is because it's use a small amount. I think you don't have negative effect, but for a human, especially if they have a small amount of small farm.
Yes, sir. We have tested it is at different laboratories on various animals as well as on the plant system. So it is found very safe, and that is why it is called as a grass, generally recognized as a safe for all human as well as plant system. And in case of what you are telling, that is the negative, there is no any negative balance. In case of soil also, we analyze soil samples after 3 years of our trials, and there is no any negative impact on the soil fertility.
Sir, one question is on cost, whether this is at more or less.
Sir, one question is there in a chat box. Rice crop requires nitrogen in ammonical form. It recommended for rice crop. So the question is right that rice crop is required ammonical crop, but it can absorb nitrate form also. It's not essentially in a initial stage it required in ammonical form, but it can absorb nitrate form also. And in our nano urea, we are given both the forms, 13% ammonical form and 87% nitrate form, sir. So it can apply for rice also, no problem. Any more question?
So IFCO and its activity, you can go through the website also and get connect whenever required. So thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
for joining and enlightening us relating to nanotechnology, and you made us proud as a cooperator. We are doing wonderful job. So now we move on. In Varana, there is in the Maharashtra, there is one very important district we call Kolhapur district.
Yes, sir.
Like in Pune district, when we talked about there is a rainfall is good and everything is rosy picture, but it is not in all the cases. In Kolhapur district, there is a area that was dry but the cooperative sector made it revived and then made it one place for cultivation. So for understanding what the sugar cooperative complex has made will be explained by Mr. Sarath Mahajan, sir. He has joined online to talk about how an area has been developed by a cooperative sector. So I request Sarath Mahajan, sir, to join and explain about the wonder which you have made in the cooperative sector through the cooperative sector in Maharashtra, in Kolhapur district. Over to Mahajan, sir.
Sir, good morning. Good afternoon, sir. This is Mahajan from Varna Bazar, Varna Nagar. I welcome you all on behalf of Varna Bazar, Varna Nagar in this video meeting. This Varna Bazar was started in the year 1978 by the great leader Tata Saheb Kori. As on date, the store has 2 big department stores and 50 retail outlets. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. Audible. Yes.
Okay. Last year's turnover of these stores is 175 crores. This year, we propose to have a turnover of 200 crores rupees. The speciality of our stores is there are 31,000 members of these stores and 83% of them are ladies members. We are having 600 staff, out of which more than 60% are ladies. Sir, is it audible to you all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Audible.
Okay. The store is in profit since very beginning. Even though our stores is a cooperative stores, we follow strictly professional management at all levels. And that's why it is in profit. As you know, the name Varna is synonymous with cooperative movement in the country, and the store has got its original birthplace from the Varna Cooperative Sugar Factory. It is a best example of women empowerment through cooperatives. In order to keep the staff contented and satisfied, we give all the facilities such as provident fund, bonus, incentive, and house rent allowance to the staff besides our salary. And in order to keep the members happy, we give them 32% return on their investment in our shares. We follow different techniques of salesmanship and different techniques of marketing, such as attractive display, such as various schemes for the consumers at large, and the salient features of 7 principles of cooperation accepted by International Cooperative Alliance, we are putting into practice in a nice manner at Varnanagar. The most important is voluntary and open membership, as it is available in Japanese management, democratic member control, member economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training and information, cooperation amongst the cooperatives, and last but not the least, concern for community. In order to take care of the financial needs of each and every employee, we have established our Employees Credit Cooperative Society, and that society is also in profit. The store has been visited by great people like ex-President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and they have admired regarding the working of the stores. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, on his return, has written a very good book by the name Target 3 Billion, and there he has discussed the project of Pura, providing urban amenities in rural area. And he has mentioned regarding Varna Bazar in that book. It is very interesting as to how poverty can be eradicated at different levels by the use of consumer cooperatives, or to be more correct, by the cooperatives as such. Whether it is a manufacturing cooperative like sugar or dairy, or a banking cooperative like Varna Bank, or a consumer cooperative like Varna Bazar, and women empowerment example like Bhagini Mandal, so on and so forth. So it is a best living example of minimizing the or to be more correct, to literacy rate also can be increased with the help of the cooperatives, can be witnessed at Varnanagar by seeing Varna Bazar and the allied institutions. One of the novel ideas of Varna Bazar is raising of funds from the members at large. While we accept the deposits from the members, we pay them 2% more interest than what actually bank pays to them. So, in turn, it increases the earning of an ordinary depositor. At the same time, our society gets a fixed number of customers per month. So, like that, there are 10 crores rupees deposits in Varna Bazar by, say, around 10,000 different people, so that our sale does not get hampered, even though tough competition is there in our area also. And we are very happy to be in the company of our members and our depositors. In order to satisfy all the women members, we arrange one function in the month of January by the name Haldi Kunku ceremony. And the Haldi Kunku ceremony is attended by not less than 30,000 members at 33 different locations. They get some kind of gift from Varana Bazaar. At the same time, some sweet, and at the same time, they can witness so many new products introduced by so many different marketing companies, and an awareness program is run by Varana Bazaar every now and then, because our customer is a God. So how to keep this God satisfied? We follow different techniques at different times. Indian consumer is a festive-minded consumer. So right from Ganesh Chaturthi to Christmas, there are different occasions in different months. So we celebrate them and we give them some type of discount to the members at large. Total put together, we give them 32% return on share capital on their investment in our company, so that they get not less than 32% return on share capital. Means within 3 years, their entire money invested in our stores is repaid back to them. Rest is entire dividend throughout the life of an individual. That is the beautiful part of the stores. As on date, our share capital is more than 2 crores rupees. So by way of 32% dividend, we are flowing back not less than 60 lakhs rupees to the members. And members are also happy. In fact, members are required to come and witness the working of Varana Bazaar at least thrice in a year in order to avail the facilities from Varana Bazaar. Overall, in short, I can say that this particular store has given consultancy to many more stores in Maharashtra and Gujarat. Not less than 100 stores are there where we have given them consultancy, and we have provided them with trained staff, trained general managers and trained managers. That is the beauty of our stores. We have took this inspiration from Japanese Consumer Cooperative Management, JCCU, Japanese Consumer Cooperative Union in Tokyo is doing such a type of noble work, and they strongly believe in consumer cooperatives. So we are also trying to have our say in this particular line. Thank you all for listening.
Many time I have visited the Varana consumer store, so I could sense their activities, and then I could see their performance also. Mahajan sir has can highlight about various services, especially you have your own two-wheeler agency, like that. Some aspect you can highlight. It is not
Yeah.
in the presentation, please.
We have tied up with Hero Honda Automobile Company. Besides our regular sales, we sell the Hero Honda vehicles without investing a single pie in the vehicle. We have been appointed as a sub-dealer for the Hero Honda because in the rural area, this particular motorcycle is very famous. So we sell not less than at least one vehicle per month, per day. So we get some token 500 rupees by way of commission. But at the same time, we get mouth publicity from consumer to consumer. And we have got one mobile van. Mobile van keeps on traveling from one village to another village, one school to another school, one college to another college. And in this particular van, there are various products displayed in the van which can distinguish between a original product and a duplicate product. It is a consumer awareness program for the consumers at large because today's school going children are tomorrow's consumers for Varana Bazaar. And when they see as to how to differentiate between original product and duplicate products, then they can really distinguish, and at the back of the mind, they get the right information so that when they grow up, when they are family holders, they will keep on coming to Varana Bazar or its branches only. Besides this, there are many types of linkages which Varna Bazar has done with various suppliers. Taking into consideration the stiff competition, we have installed our solar system on the rooftop solar system for creating our own electricity generation so that our electricity bill is nil. We have given them loyalty card to all the members so that whatever the purchases are done by them, we give them some loyalty bonus at the end of the year. Besides that, for women participants, we arrange for a recipe competition. And earlier, we used to arrange book fairs in the month of January and rice and wheat mahotsav mela bolte hai in the month of February. Besides that, RO water purification system is also there, and since last 5 years we have started one program by the name concessional meal facility for all the people. That is, we provide them meals at a subsidized rate of ₹20 only, and they are happy. Besides, we have given a medical facility for testing of the blood. All types of blood examinations and urine examinations are done at 50% rate than the market rate. So the people are happy with us. And we try to keep them happy for many more years to come in future also. Because that is our motto, to serve the consumers at large. Taking into consideration all the activities, Government of Maharashtra has awarded us Sahakar Maharshi Puraskar in the year 2014. That is #1 prize declared by the state government to a cooperative society, grassroots level cooperative society like Varna Bazar. In short, I can say our stores is a member-driven stores. Our stores is a staff-driven stores. Our stores is a consumer-driven stores. Thank you all.
Here I should add, when now the road and other connectivity is very fine. You can think of 50 years back, when there was no road connection. Village people are able to get urban products in the village itself. So this is the very important learning. We can have So in between, I got disconnected. Now I rejoined. Any questions, please? Am I audible?
Yeah.
Please, any questions? So on behalf of all our participants, I thank Sarath Mahajan sir for joining the group and explained about the success story of the cooperative consumer store to our participants.
Thank you.
So today's last session, I would like to share one of the, I will say, the performance of one primary level society, which is in Kolhapur, near to Varna Nagar. The society name is Sri Ram Multipurpose Society. So I would like to share that information to you all, because the society people are not able to explain it in English. So they have given me the full complete information, and I will show you now that how this society is performing, and morning, the previous session we have seen Pune District Central Cooperative Bank has informed about what they are doing in at the district level. So now we understanding about the primary level society. In this presentation, I thought of giving an idea how a primary society is functioning, and I'm sharing now with this group. Smita, please check. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So Sriram Multipurpose Society is situated in Kolhapur. So Kolhapur is southern part of Maharashtra, and it has it was a village. Now it is in the form of city. It has grown up, but we have to see their contribution in the year 1929. We have to see. So in the year 1929, there was only 61 members, and with the share of 5 rupees, they have started with that Kolhapur area. And as far as the population is concerned at present, the 60,000 people are there, and majority are from farming community. And this particular area has 8 primary schools, 4 high schools, and 1 medical college under Dr. D.Y. Patil. So there is now presently 6,911 members are there, and the society has 14 branches. So this particular locality is developed in such a way, the cooperative sector is one of the major contributor for this area development. And at present, it has 106 lakh share capital rupee, and it has a fund of 4.85 crores, and which has now 3,584 lakh rupee deposit, and it has given bank loan of 1.97 crores, and net profit is about 37,500. So these are all the numbers. I'm not concerned more about the financial position, but what it contributes, that is more important. There you have multiple shops in that area, in that society campus, which meets the requirement of the people, those who are staying in that particular area. So the basic requirement in any rural area or the in many villages, grocery, utensil, and other convenience of the people are required. So this has been made available with the support of Kolhapur District Cooperative Bank. Even an ATM is set up by KDCC, like Pune DCC Bank. Their locality it is covered by Kolhapur District Central Cooperative Bank. They have ATM also. They have 4 milling. This is for requirement of food, chilies, and milling of grains is required for the food item. So they take care of the facility also, milling, flour milling, and chili production and processing activities also they are doing. This particular society gives agricultural loans to the farmers, as explained by our Wable sir about Pune District Central Cooperative Bank. The same agricultural loan facility is also done for the people, those who are staying there with the land. So basically, they have avoided the money lender, that is private parties, and it is like a self-help. And whatever the interest rate prescribed by the government through this Kolhapur District Central Cooperative Bank, they are awarding or sanctioning the loan to this members. And this particular society gives loans ranging from 3 to 5 Yes, and even they give loan for animals, buffaloes purchases, and also services they are providing like tractor. Because there was one question also, small farmers, they can't purchase their own agri implements for practicing the high-tech agricultural practices. So this society provides tractors on rental basis to this for farming activity for the members. And due to this, our PDCC's bank, AIC said his area is very flourishing because rain is available, water is available. But this is a dry area. But there, this 7 drip irrigation system scheme is run by the society because many of the area is not having adequate water facility. So through drip irrigation system, they are able to provide water facility to the farmers. So this is taken care by the society, and there are 450 acres of land is under their scheme. And the local major production is sugarcane. So they are also has 6 outlets for selling, collecting from the farmers and selling to the farmers, these consumers in that locality, and also other markets they are helping in the marketing activity. This society also one of the seller of fertilizer. They supply to this farmers wherever required. So in the previous presentation, Parsa said the nano urea and other supplies that by the IFFCO. But one of the major rule or the condition of the IFFCO products marketing is they sell only to the cooperatives, IFFCO. So this society also one of the dealer for marketing of this prestigious fertilizers produced by IFFCO. That is this society acts as an agent for distributing to the farmers. This society is also having a printing press, and one of the common service center, we can say it's like a hall, marriage hall, or we call it as a community hall, normally required for some ceremony and functions. So normally a private people in the city area, it's urbanizing, charges 2 lakh rupees for 8 hours function. But this society gives to the members by charging 30,000 rupees only. This is also an advantage to this people, those who are in that area. They can use that community hall for their functions or family functions in that locality, and this is a major support they are providing to the people, especially the members of this cooperative. And they have the membership of Petrol Pump of Hindustan Petroleum, and service center also they have. Medical checkup also this society organizes regularly for their people, members. And also in case of some death in the area, they take care of the expenses, member or non-member in that particular area of operation of the cooperative society. So there are few photographs I could get from them. This is the entrance of the society, and also a community hall. I said that is the marriage hall, it's a function hall they have, and they have flour mill. And also once we visited Vamnicom participant there along with some international participants on February 2021. So that photo also here. So this is about the society micro level happening. This also I will share. It will give an idea how a cooperative society can help in development of that area, plus the completing the or fulfilling the member requirement. So any questions you can ask, because I will get it from them through our communication and put it in your group. Any questions? So if nothing is there, we can close today's session, and tomorrow, the same time, 1:45 Indian Standard Time, we can join again. And thank you very much to all of you for patiently listening entire today's sessions. And today we could take up questions also. Thank you very much to one and all. Today we are concluding, and tomorrow we will again meet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.